I surfed Waimea Bay, 15 to 18 feet, triple overhead waves, caught on the inside of a place called Backyards. I had rage and anger and frustration to reclaim my power as a woman. Sexual intimacy, energetic intimacy, emotional awareness, energetic discernment, fine-tuning and attuning to yourself on a very conscious, deep level. Here we are recording again. The internet may be a little bit spotty, a little bit windy, but not really. It's actually a beautiful day. It's my second day that I haven't surfed. I surfed pretty much 10 days in a row. Quite a few of those days were really big swell days. 5 days ago, I surfed Waimea Bay, which was on a Sunday, and it was like 15 to 18 feet. I'm really confused now with the way that everybody measures. I know that the Hawaiians measure the wave from the back, or some people measure the wave from the back of the wave, or some people from the face, the front of the wave. I think I've been surfing 20-foot waves, like really big waves. It's been very, very exciting. I did wake up actually more tired and body sore yesterday. It's now Thursday, the 25th of January, and it's almost 2 p.m. right now. We had a full moon last night. I had an early morning call for the course at 5 a.m. However, I was up at 3. After the call, I kind of like went to sleep, and my energy is, I'm tired today, and I've been trying to just ground myself and catch up with all the work with the course and watching calls, and I needed to do an assignment. We're creating our founder's story. Okay, let me just like move my body, have a shower, and like get ready and sit down and get into some more workflow, maybe go get another coffee. However, I was like, you know what, I'm like in the moment, like it's in the flow, and I just need to record in the moment. And so that's why I'm sitting down here. I have my yoga clothes. The place behind me is just a complete mess because I also haven't been sleeping here. That's something else that I can share. Every time I've sat down to create my content and talk about surfing, it's just been incredible. It's a complete whole new challenging realm of surfing over here. And I've been going out into some really, really big waves. And most of the time on the bigger days, there's not many women in the water. Yes, right now there is the Red Bull magnitude going on where different women from all over the world have been invited to compete in the Red Bull contest. They have to actually document their waves by video for the next 2 months in January and February, and then they submit their best 2 waves and then they get judged. There's been those professional girls around sometimes, or like last Sunday when I surfed at Waimea, they were all at a different spot. All the big wave surfers were there, and there was, I guess, jet skis and videos and drones and everything, and I obviously surfed Waimea. What I'm basically saying is when I've been out in some of these bigger days, it's been Kimmy and I. Kimmy's paddled out on her 8-0. Of course, Sylvia has been there. Actually, I surfed with her yesterday for the first time at sunset, and she got so many waves. She's such a boss. Pretty much I've been surfing on bigger days with less females. I'm very humbled by my experience. I'm definitely learning in motion every wave that I take off, every time I get into the water, every time I'm paddling on my board, every time I'm catching a wave. Waimea is definitely, I've found, if you kind of know where to take off, seem to pick the right one. I was able to have some really nice takeoffs there. So a few times I've surfed at sunset, except for the very first time I surfed, I found that wave so challenging. I find it so hard to really angle my board. The last couple of times I've surfed sunset, I've thought about like really angling my board, but it's going like more straight, and then just reading the wave has been, it's like a mystery to me. There's just different waves coming from different spots, and that is just so complex and so challenging for me. I've had Sylvia's 9.0 Rawson, which is a thruster. This yellow board here, that's actually like a 9.4, and I put quad in, but it's very narrow and very thin. I think that could be a really good board just for like Bommy or G-Land. But for here, like the longer, the thicker, the wider boards are better. Waimea on Sunday, I borrowed a 9.9 single fin, which was just a magic board, a huge board. This is a big board for me. I got 3 amazing waves. The second wave that I got was just amazing. And the last wave that I got, actually, I was the last person in the lineup. I ended up getting a wave out there on my own, my last wave. That was pretty special. 3 days ago when I surfed sunset, I borrowed a 9.3 single fin. I feel like at sunset, I wasn't able to angle the board. The surfing has been amazing. On top of that, I have been renting this place here, which is actually like a friend of a friend. Well, he's a friend now. However, I haven't been sleeping here. I have actually met somebody, which has been so unexpected. And I was like referring to this, but not really in like my other videos. Now we're into the second week of this content creation course. There's been assignments and there's calls that I've been attending. It's just been, the surfing has taken up like a huge chunk of my day, like always. And then, yes, I have definitely met somebody, and that's been just, it's been wonderful. It's been such a long time. I've been single for a long time, and I've intentionally chosen to stay single. At the end of last year, I was in my mind, I was thinking it might be nice to start to meet people. I mean, I meet people and I talk to guys all day, every day, because I'm surfing and I'm surrounded by men all the time. You know, if you're a man and I'm watching, like, it's usually like surf talk. It's not like I'm really, doing the talk. So yes, meeting somebody and spending time with somebody, having all those feelings of love and connectedness, and having that special connection and that intimacy, physical intimacy, sexual intimacy, energetic intimacy. It's been wonderful. And I feel I'm so deserving of that. And I'm so grateful that I had the time last year when I got out of that, my previous relationship. I'm so grateful that I had, everybody's different how they deal with coming out of relationships, marriages. For me, I really gave myself a lot of time on my own, and I did a lot of self-healing practices and things for my own inner development, my own personal development. I've found that now meeting somebody and being in this connection again, this relationship, this intimacy, it feels wonderful, and it feels beautiful, and it feels like I'm so open to receive everything that's unfolding and happening as it's happening, because I have no energetic, emotional energies or connections to anything that I was involved with before. And I really allowed myself through last year, my surfing journey, my business journey, my own mindset and overall wellness journey. I really gave myself the time to come into my power, to reclaim my power back as a woman, as to reclaim my power as a woman. Because I very much was in, if you've watched any of my content before, I was very much in a very narcissistic, very manipulative, very toxic relationship before. For me, like a huge turning point and catalyst for me last year was, one, ending that relationship, and two, and I talk about this a lot, the Bomi wave at Uluwatu in Bali. Those were pivotal points in my journey. And so I guess was as well when I had my burnout at the end of September professionally with my career through the previous business model I was aligned with. And I can see that there are certain pivotal points, turning points, things that have been a catalyst to now propelling me forward where I am today, which is where I am today. I'm on the North Shore, I'm surfing big waves, and also other days where it's smaller, discovering love again. That's where I'm at now. And I think it's key and significant that there are certain things. Once there's like an event that happens, and then you can recognize that that's significant, then there's the journey of what you do to evolve and move on and forwards and upwards from that. And I would definitely say, for me, being in the water, and for me putting a lot of time and energy into my spiritual practices, mindset practices to master my mindset, my inner development, personal development practices, always listening to podcasts and reading and watching YouTube things. I think that's really important to reclaim your power, so that you know and can get clear and define then what it is for you, what love and happiness and success is going to be, in whichever realm that's going to be in, whether that's in your health, your relationships, your career, with your wealth, with surfing, whatever the different areas of your life. And I had this conversation with the person that I've started seeing and that I'm involved with now, who I'm completely madly in love with. Not madly, but beautifully in love with. I mean, it's beautiful. And what I can see right now in my life is I can see that I'm on this journey, and that surfing it's very much a physical act, but it's very much this powerful, energetic act and pursuit in being able to push oneself on that very extreme physical level. I mean, I've been paddling out into triple overhead waves. It's the mindset that actually has allowed me to move forward in my journey right now in coming to Hawaii. And I think it's my mindset practice. When you pursue the things that you love, that allows you to become your best self. That allows you to be able to really be in the embodiment of what you're worth, and to really show up with confidence and to come from this place of empowerment. I honestly don't think that I could have attracted and what's unfolding for me in love right now and intimacy and connection, and also with my surfing, if I hadn't have really pursued mastering my mindset and really having the awareness around my energetics, my vibration and my frequency. Because I believe that when we challenge ourselves in the different areas of things that we're passionate about and the things that scare us the most and the things that most people would say, no, you can't do that, or that's too hard for me, or people have all kinds of excuses. But it's actually when you don't listen to what other people think, if it feels good in your heart and it makes sense for you, and that's something that you love to do, then your journey through your career, through your friendships, through love, through your own health, it will unfold as it's meant to in that pursuit. That's a mindset shift that I truly wish to impact to others, that we can live and be beyond what we think initially are our limitations, our disempowering beliefs, the narrative that plays that, oh, we can't do this, or we make an excuse. I believe that with the practice of mastering your mindset and by manifesting and by having your personal development journey, you're the one that's creating your life and allowing it to unfold. Every time you have certain thoughts, and I have even felt since I've been here on the North Shore surfing or on Oahu surfing, when I've been in the water, or even if it's been a situation with this person that I've started seeing, when I have a thought that comes up and I get a little bit insecure, or I feel a bit scared, or I start to worry and doubt, I think to myself and I know that I'm not going to let someone or something else impact what I'm thinking because I want to have a positive outcome. When we get influenced by those thoughts, our own thoughts, or by what others think, or even been challenged in the waves, where one day I was caught on the inside of a place called Backyards, and I had so much rage and anger and frustration and energy coming out of me. And I was like, I can't let this shake me up. And I think, of course, there's a healthy amount of shaking up and stirring of your emotions and your energy, but it's having that emotional awareness and that energetic discernment and that awareness to bring you back into center, to bring you back into alignment, to bring you back into that grounded place. When you're feeling upset, allow yourself to feel that, and then process that in an emotional, mature, healthy way. As we start to become aware of the actions and the thoughts that we're having, it will then influence then the decisions of how we're going to show up and how we're going to act and what we're going to say and what we decide to do later, tomorrow, right? It's really fine-tuning and attuning to yourself on a very conscious, deep level. So I hope that makes sense. That's my message, that I guess I'm on this journey, because when I think about what is my mission right now, I've led such a full life already. I'll be 44 in a few months, and there are a few things that I haven't yet achieved. This morning, I was actually feeling very emotional. We were having the full moon. I haven't slept much. There's always a lot of energy moving around with the full moon. And I thought, I'm having an attachment to certain things that I'm attached to, about things that I personally haven't achieved yet in life. And whether that's through my own personal desires to have a family and my own personal desires in my professional life in creating wealth. That's an attachment. What I learned many, many years ago, and it's a philosophy that not just through yogic philosophy, but it can be a philosophy that we can embody, is that when we have these attachments, sometimes, a lot of the time, they can lead to us having feelings of suffering, of disappointment, of feeling that we don't quite make it. I was thinking this morning that there's a fine line between thinking that I have an unhealthy attachment, or is it that that's a lack mindset, and actually I should switch that to the abundance mindset, thinking that yes, you can actually have it all. what mission that I'm on and what's the message that I'm trying to share and who am I trying to impact? What do I have to share and how do I have to impact and show up in the world? Really, I show up all the time to really unpack and share my insights of the things that are very real for me and that I can share. We all relate to different people. Of course, we're all going to be at a different frequency within ourselves. There are role models and people in my life currently and before who have been there for me to impact me in a positive way to ultimately go through my life and rise and move through my life and achieve things which I never thought that I could do, because sometimes I believe that we need people to help to build us up, to help encourage us and motivate us and empower us. That's a very significant intention of mine that I wish to impact you who are listening to everything that I have to share. Okay, so that's what I had to share in the moment. I do hope that you found some value and beauty and love and light in this message. That's it for now.